Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to the session. This is Sweta Mam, your English master teacher at Vedantu, and I welcome everyone to today's lovely session, guys. As you can see from the title itself, the chapter that we are going to discuss is the bond of love. Yes, guys, so we are going to talk about the beautiful feeling of love. And from the picture, you can definitely identify that we are going to talk about the bond, the love that an animal and a human being can share. So what is your thought about it, guys? Do you think that human beings can have the same bond of love with animals, or animals can have that bond of love with human beings? As we share the bond of love with our with other human beings, like with your friends, with your relatives, with your siblings, with your parents. So is that, the bond that you share with human beings, that is kind of pure love, right? So is that possible? Is that purity possible in the bond shared by an animal and a human being? What is your thought about it? Please let me know in the chat, and we will begin with this beautiful chapter, one of my personal favorites, because I'm also an animal lover, as you all know that, right? So all you animal lovers out there, this chapter is going to make you feel the bond with your own pet. If you are having one, or if you are an animal lover not having a pet, still you will feel that bond. Okay, guys? So let's get started this beautiful lesson with me, your English master teacher, Sweta Roy. Those of you who do not know me, guys, let me give you a brief introduction about myself. I am your English master teacher, and talking about my educational qualification, I have pursued my masters in English and B.Ed, and I have more than a year of teaching experience. I have qualified CTET and mentored more than 20,000 students, both online and offline. And my motto is to unleash the power within you. And this lovely chapter, this love, is going to make you feel empowered. So do let me know in the chat, guys. Do you feel that you all are empowered? Yes? So please type in the chat and we will begin. So first of all, very congratulations, heartiest congratulations to Kunj, because he is the homework superstar for the previous session. So let's give it up for Kunj, guys. And the previous session was the snake trying. So thank you so much, Kunj, for giving your inputs, giving your comments in the homework question, for the homework question in the comment section. So guys, please do the same for today's session as well, and we will be taking up your answers for the next question. Okay, so let's get started with a beautiful thought. Look at this, guys. Animals like us are living souls. They are not things, they are not objects, neither they are human. Yet they mourn, they love, they dance, they suffer. They know the peaks and chasms of being. So do you also believe, do you also have the same opinion that they are living souls and they also can love just like a human being can? They also have the capability, the capacity to love with that purity, guys, that a human being can. Do let me know right now in the chat. What is your thought? Do you agree with this beautiful quote, guys, about animals? And all you animal lovers out there, give me a quick high five in the chat, and you would really enjoy this chapter. Okay, so we'll begin with the word of the day. Word of the day is jocular. Jocular, as from the very word itself, you can understand it's coming from the word joke. So it's an adjective, guys. It means humorous. The antonym obviously would be solemn. Solemn is serious. Okay, so jocular is humorous, solemn is serious. So they are antonyms. And this is how we have given an example of usage of this particular word. So what you can do now is go to the comment section, use this word in your own sentences, guys, and let us know your word of the day in the comment section. We will be taking your word in the next session. Okay, so let's get started. We have an interesting riddle for you. We will be waiting for your answers, and we will be discussing the answer at the end of the session. The riddle is, what word in the English language does the following? The first two letters signify a male. The first three letters signify a female. The first four letters signify a great, while the entire word signifies a great woman. What is that word? This is an interesting riddle, guys. Are you able to crack it? Do let me know your answers in the chat, and we will be discussing the answer at the end of the session. So please stay tuned throughout the session to know the answer to this amazing riddle. And now, guys, let's go. First of all, if you have not yet hit the like button, please do make sure that you share your love, you give your support by hitting the like button, subscribing to the channel in case you haven't yet subscribed, and please do share this video amongst your friends. And now, this is how we are going to talk about the session with the introduction, summary, themes, vocabulary, message, MCQs, value-based question, very, very important. And of course, we'll be ending with the homework question. So here we are going to start with the introduction of the chapter. Now, as I already mentioned at the beginning of the session, that this story is going to highlight the bond, the emotional bond between between human beings and animals. So the narrator's wife over here shares an affection with a wild bear. So just imagine the bond of love between a woman and a wild bear. That's what we are going to talk about in this chapter. That's what we are going to see in this chapter. And definitely this is going to teach us that animals also have feelings, and they equally reciprocate love with equal warmth and affection. Are you surprised, guys? If you are, let us see what happens in this chapter. Okay, so are you ready? Let me know in the chat, please. Are you ready? How is your Josh? Are you excited to look at and to feel the bond of love? Are you ready, guys? Okay, so yes, we'll begin with the story. Now, the story revolves, as I told you, around the sloth bear and the love that he shared with the wife of the narrator, right? So there's a bear who is named Bruno. Now Bruno was the name given by the author's wife, who adopts him. Okay? Now we have a question. Guys. How did the author get the baby sloth bear? How did the author get the baby sloth bear? The answer is right at the beginning of the lesson. That's how the lesson begins. Okay, so the author got the baby sloth bear in an accident. Okay, once the author and his friends, they were passing through the sugarcane fields, and Bruno's mother was wantonly shot dead by one of his companions. So this is talking about the chapter also talks about the cruelty of human beings towards the animals, right? So the cub was found moving on the body of his mother. So just imagine how traumatic the experience would have been for that little bear cub whose mother was shot dead, right? It was in great shock, and it was trying to escape. It tried to flee, but the author somehow managed to capture it, and he felt pity for that small bear cub, and he brought it home, and his wife adopted him. So that's how the narrator's wife got the sloth bear. So Bruno was a sloth bear whom the author saved and gifted to his wife. So that is how he saved him, right? Now question is, Bruno was called Baba. What does this mean? Now later on, Bruno's name was changed to Baba. The narrator's wife affectionately called Bruno as Baba. But what does the name Baba mean? Young boy, naughty boy, cheerful boy, or sad boy? What do you think, guys? Please let us know in the chat right away. Let us see how many of you can crack this answer, guys. Come on. Everyone should please make sure that you have answered it correctly. Okay, this is A, B, C, and D. Have you all given your answers? Can we check that? Okay, so it is a young boy. So please note, Baba means a young boy, right? Okay, so further as time passed, the author's wife gradually developed a bond. She became very fond of Bruno, and so much so that she treated Bruno as her own child. Okay, and eventually Bruno became the member of the family, of their family, right? Now question is, how did Bruno become attached to the family of the author? Please let us know your answers. What are your inputs? Please let us know in the chat right now. Okay, let's have a look. Bruno got a lot of love in the family, and the author also grew very fond of them. It slowly got attached even to two Alsatian dogs, to which and to the children of the tenants. So not just author and his wife, but also to the dogs that they tamed, and the children of the tenants. But above all, of course, the purest form of love that it displayed was, of course, for the narrator's wife, and she also equally loved Bruno, right? Okay, so before we move ahead further, guys, I hope you are enjoying this session. Now, if you are facing a lot of problems, a lot of doubts in your studies, and you want to get them resolved and ace your board exams, guys, this is the correct time that you get yourselves enrolled in our platform, where we provide you live interactive online courses, test series and analysis, assignments and notes, and doubt solving during the class. So no doubts, you're not going to go home with your doubts in your mind, guys. They are going to be solved then and there in the class. And if you take the classic plan, guys, first of all, the light plan is going to give you all these amazing features like live classes, test series, assignments, notes, doubt solving during the class, right? And only at 6400, you can also take a trial of 15 days. Okay, application of the coupon code SWRE Pro. SWRE Pro. This is going to give you the discount price, guys. So please do not wait and hurry up. Apply the coupon code to get your amazing discount. And if you are taking the classic plan, guys, full term 2 course, guys, this is the plan. This is again SWRE Pro. Application of this coupon code is going to give you the discount offer. You can take a trial of 15 days only at 1280. Yes. So guys, please do not miss out this golden opportunity, and please note that the classic plan is going to give you a doubt solving on mobile app, doubt solving feature on mobile app, and you can get all your doubts solved from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. So pre and post your sessions also. If you have any doubts, you can get them solved with the help of your doubt app. So this is going to help you a lot. Trust me on that. Okay, so what you are going to do is just visit the link which is there in the comment section, in the pinned comment description box, and apply this coupon code SWRE Pro, and you would get an amazing discount. Okay? So back to the session, guys. Bruno, although Bruno became very attached to the family, became a part of the family, but of course you can understand that Bruno was a wild animal. Obviously it was kept in a civilized place, but its size was huge, right? It was a big bear, it became too big. As it grew older, it became too big to be kept at home. Now question for you guys, how did the narrator's wife react when the bear was sent to Mysore Zoo? So obviously when the bear became too big to be kept at home, the narrator and his wife, they had to send Bruno to a zoo, right, to the Mysore Zoo. But the narrator's wife, how was her reaction when Bruno was separated from her? You tell me in the chat box, guys. Was she cheerful, elated, angry, or miserable? Please respond. Please tell me the answers in the chat, everyone. Okay, have you all given your answers? Let us check whether you are right. Obviously, she felt miserable. Okay, she was not cheerful. Cheerful means happy. Elated also means happy. She was not angry, but she felt miserable. She was very upset. Why? Because she was so attached to the bear that when she got separated from the bear, she was very upset. She did not, she stopped having food, right? So she could not live without Bruno. So due to unavoidable circumstances, as I told you, he had to leave for the betterment of her family because he was becoming very big, and there was, after all, it's an animal, right? So obviously it could become a threat to the tenants' children as well, right? So they decided to keep him away from the civilized world, from the human world, and the place where they decided to keep was a zoo, the Mysore Zoo, right? Now, how did the bear behave when he saw the narrator's wife in the zoo? So what happened was, when the narrator's wife had given up food completely, right? Because she could not feel she could not bear the pain of being separated from her child, because Bruno was just like her child. And she came to know that same was the case with Bruno. Even Bruno was suffering there in the zoo. He also could not bear the pain of separation from his from the narrator's wife, because he also equally reciprocated the same attachment, the same love, right? So then, after a lot of struggle, the narrator's wife decided to visit the zoo. And when for the first time the narrator's wife went and saw Bruno, how did the bear behave? What do you think? Was the bear able to recognize Bruno's wife? Because a long time had passed in between, right? So what do you think? Was the bear able to recognize the narrator's wife? What is your opinion? And how did it behave? Okay, let's see. The bear was overjoyed to see the narrator's wife. Not just he recognized recognized her from a distance of some yards, but he howled with happiness. To express his pleasure at meeting her again, he stood on his head. So this was the response of the bear when he saw the narrator's wife after a long time gap. Okay, so what can you say about the bond that they shared? It's very clear that the form of love that they had was very pure and very, it was 100% love. What do you think, guys? Okay, so upon separating, as I told you, she realized that she shared a true bond of love with Bruno, and finally she reunites with him. Okay, and after that what happens is, she takes him back to the place to her place, but obviously she could not keep her inside her home. So a separate island was built for Bruno, right? A separate island was built for Bruno, and the narrator's wife, she used to go to that island by with the help of a rope. Okay, so that was really amazing. So finally, the zookeeper also had to agree to her request, because even Bruno had given up food and everything. And when they saw that incident of Bruno not just recognizing but also, expressing immense pleasure and howling with happiness just at the sight of the narrator, that too from a great distance, so they had to agree and send Bruno back. And finally, the narrator's wife reunites with Bruno, and this time he was kept in an island where the narrator's wife used to also visit, and she patted him with love, and she gave him all his belongings, that was sent to the island. So that is how the story ends, and definitely we come to know about the emotional bond which the author's wife and her pet shared between them. So this is the beautiful theme and message of the story. Definitely talks about the need of kindness, because at the very beginning we can see how ruthlessly Bruno's mother was killed, right? So definitely it is talking about the need of showing kindness, because they also are the creatures of God. Say they are also created by God in the same way as we human beings are, right? So this is very important that we show some empathy, sympathy towards these animals. They could also have a family. So look at the sloth, look at Bruno's mother, how she was killed wantonly, and then how the baby bear suffered, right? So they also have a family. So that is something which we need to think before taking such a cruel action against any living creature. So they also deserve to live, right? So that is something which the story, which is the message of the story. Of course, it's also talking about the purest form of love that an animal can have for a human being too, right? So these are the two important messages that the story conveys, and we should definitely think about it. Okay, so these are the words, guys, which are important for you. Words are powerful. So yes, in enhancing your vocabulary, wantonly, scooted, relish, gaping, vigorously, dash. Okay, so please take a note of these powerful words and its meaning. Jot it down if you can, or take a screenshot and remember them, because you could be asked questions from the vocabulary part as well. Now we have an important question, value-based question. The author ends the story, The Bond of Love, with the rhetorical question. Very important. But who can say now that a sloth bear has no sense of affection, no memory, and no individual characteristics? Discuss this statement in the light of Bruno's character. Very, very, very important question. This is how the story ends. Okay. But who can say now that a sloth bear has no sense of affection? So obviously we cannot say that the sloth bear had no sense of affection after what we had witnessed, right? No memory, because he could recognize the author after so long, and that too from a great distance. So obviously it had good memory, right? So the bond of love revolves around the mutual, sincere, and selfless love of the narrator's wife and her pet bear, Bruno. The young bear loved and was brought up like a child, right? Sorry. The young bear was loved and brought up like a child by the narrator's wife. Okay. Oh, sorry. One second. Sorry. Just a second. This was fine actually. Okay. So, 1 minute. The young bear, loved and brought up like a child by the narrator's wife or the author's wife, proves that he richly deserves this love, because he himself is capable of showing deep and faithful love. He is treated like the member of their family, and he proves that he is as much bound by the loyal love to the members of the family as they are to him. And his deep emotions that is revealed or comes to the fore when he's sent to the Mysore Zoo. He's so pained, so affected by the separation that he frets and refuses to eat anything, as I told you. And as a result, as a consequence, he grows very thin, very lean, because he had given up food completely. Even 3 months is long enough. As I told you that, they met after a long time. So the long duration of 3 months, that was not enough for him to reconcile himself with the separation from the narrator's wife. So 3 months also was not enough for him to forget the narrator's wife. Okay, so after a long time, when she goes and sees him, he recognizes her at once, that too from a distance, and expresses his delight, right? So at the closing time of the zoo, he cries bitterly. So when they were finally parting, the thought of parting, that again was traumatic for the bear, and he starts to cry bitterly. So obviously we can clearly see his emotions, right? And those emotions which were in their purest form, that moves the hearts of the zoo curator as well. And he agrees to give Bruno back to the author's family. This proves that the animals also can feel the love and the affection. And this takes us back to the quote with which we began the beautiful story. Now tell me, guys, do you actually find that the quote was true? Yes or no? So the entire story that we talked about or discussed in today's session justifies the quote with which we began the story. So did you enjoy the story, guys? Was it beautiful? I'm sure the animal lovers especially would really enjoy, and not just enjoy, would feel this kind of, love. So guys, that was all for this session. I hope you enjoyed the session. So these are the batch starting dates. You can please take care of this, and if you want, you can take a screenshot, and do not forget to get yourselves enrolled by clicking on the link which is there in the description box and pinned comment. Okay, so you just need to use this coupon code SWRE Pro and you would be getting a complete discount of 20%. So hurry up, guys. And now we have the answer to the riddle. What do you think? What is the word that we are talking about in this riddle? Have you guys been able to guess it? Let me see how many of you have guessed it correctly. Let's check out the answer. It's heroine. How did you enjoy the riddle? So let me take you back. See, the first two letters signifies a male, he, right? Then the first three letters signifies a female, her. The first four letters, hero, signifies someone great, right? And finally, the entire word signifies a great woman, that is heroine. How was the riddle? I am sure, guys, you enjoyed the riddle. So do not forget to express your love by hitting the like button, sharing the video amongst your friends, and subscribing to the channel. And do let us know the answer to this question. Bruno was a loving and playful pet. Why then did he have to be sent away? Important question for all of you. Please note the question and please answer the question in the comment section. We will take your answers for the next session. Do not forget to answer it. Okay? Till then, guys, thank you so much for watching, and do not forget to visit the link in the description box and pinned comment in case you are facing a lot of problems. All your problems are going to be solved, guys, in Vedantu, which is your one-stop solution for all your needs, for all your subjects. Term 2 is round the corner, guys. So I would suggest you brace your preparations with Vedantu. Okay? Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye-bye. See you.